Welcome in. I am so glad that you are here. Whether you are a first-time mom, a seasoned parent, or just someone looking for better answers for your child, you are exactly where you need to be. I'm Dr. Leah, a pediatric and family chiropractor and the founder of Vive Family Chiropractic in Jefferson, Iowa. I am also a mom to 3 busy boys, and I'm married to a full-time farmer, so I get the beautiful, busy chaos of parenting and real life. But what drives me the most is helping families like yours find real answers to their child's health struggles. I've spent over 8 years in advanced pediatric chiropractic training because kids are not just small adults. Their brains, their nervous system, and their development is completely unique. And we believe when we understand the nervous system, we can unlock their full potential. So let's dive in. Let's start with a tough but an honest question. Why are so many kiddos struggling today? We're seeing more kiddos with anxiety, more kiddos with sensory processing disorders, focus issues, digestive challenges, frequent illnesses, sleep disturbances than ever before. And here's the thing, it's not just a coincidence. One of the biggest reasons is because kids today are living in a chronic fight or flight mode. Their little nervous systems are stuck in stress, and that stress can start as early as birth or maybe even before birth, in pregnancy. Birth is beautiful, but it's also biologically stressful. Whether your child was born via C-section with forceps, had a long labor, or even a fast delivery, all of these things can create tension within the nervous system. Then we add in developmental stress, so falls, bumps, crawling, learning to walk. Then we add in our emotional stressors, separation anxiety, transitions, overstimulation. Then we have our chemical stress, our processed foods, our medications, our environmental toxins. And then we have the last one, our tech or our screen stress. Too much screen time can actually change the brain. When stress builds up and never gets released, it shifts the brain into survival mode. The sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight system, stays turned on. And when that happens, everything else struggles because everything else responds in a stressful way. So digestion is going to slow. The immune system's going to weaken. Emotions become explosive. Focus becomes difficult and milestones stall. This is where neurological chiropractic care comes in. It's not to treat symptoms, but it's to identify and remove the stress so the brain and the body can function the way that they're meant to. So how do we see what's going on inside the nervous system? At Vive, we use cutting-edge technology called our insight scanning developed by CLA. These scans let us objectively measure nervous system function, and they're completely safe, non-invasive, and kid-friendly. We run 3 types of scans. Each gives us a unique piece of the neurological puzzle. Number 1 is going to be our thermal scan. So this scan evaluates autonomic balance, specifically how well the nervous system regulates the organs, the glands, and the immune system. By measuring skin temperature along the spine, we can see if there are areas of the body that are stuck in fight or flight mode. This is where we often find the root of issues with digestion, sleep, or immune challenges in kids. The second scan that we do is surface EMG. This measures the energy output of the spinal muscles and how the brain is communicating with them. It shows areas where the body is using too much energy to compensate for stress or miscommunication. In our offices, we often see EMGs that are overloaded or underactive in kiddos that are struggling with posture, motor coordination, focus, sensory issues, fatigue, high anxiety. Our third scan is going to be our HRV, or our heart rate variability, and this tells us how adaptable the nervous system is and how well it can shift between fight or flight and rest and digest. In kiddos with high stress or developmental delays, HRV is often very low. Their body is stuck in survival mode. This scan shows us the resilience of your child's nervous system and whether their body can handle daily stressors or is it always maxed out. Together, these scans give us a complete window into how your child's nervous system is functioning or struggling. And that's what makes personalized care powerful. Now we're going to talk about primitive reflexes. This is one of the most important things that we talk about with parents. Primitive reflexes are the automatic movements that babies are born with to survive their early months of life. Think of the rooting reflex, turning towards a touch on the cheek to nurse. Think of the palmar grasp reflex, clenching the hand when something touches the palm. Or we all know the Moro or the startle reflex, where the arms flail out when they become startled. These reflexes are survival tools in infancy. They help the baby eat, feel safe, move, and interact with their world. They're essential in the earliest days of life, but they're meant to integrate. They're meant to fade away as the brain develops and higher brain centers take over. But here's the thing. If a child experiences stress or trauma early in life, or if their nervous system gets stuck in a loop, these reflexes don't integrate. And that tells us something powerful. It tells us that the body is still operating in survival mode. When primitive reflexes don't go away, it's because the body is saying, I'm not safe yet. I still need these protective patterns. That's why when these reflexes stay active, we see challenges like crawling, walking, handwriting, posture, focus, attention, emotional regulation, anxiety, maybe sensitivity to noise or light. We can also see issues with fine motor skills and writing. We test for these reflexes in our office because they're a red flag that the nervous system is stuck in an earlier stage of development. And until we help the body feel safe enough to move forward, those struggles will stick around. The amazing news, through neurological adjustments, movement-based exercises, and nervous system retraining, we can help these reflexes finally integrate, and we can watch your child take off developmentally. So how do we help your child go from stressed to thriving? We follow a system called the VIVE method, and it works. Step 1 is discover. We start by listening. We want your full story, birth history, developmental milestones, current challenges. We're here to connect the dots and to validate what you've been sensing all along. Step number 2 is to measure. So next we're going to use those insight scans and those primitive reflex testing to get objective data on your child's nervous system. No guessing, no assuming, just real answers. Step 3, to explain. We walk you through everything that we've found. Our goal is for you to leave feeling empowered, not overwhelmed. We explain where the stress is stuck, how it's impacting your child's development, and exactly what we can do about it. Step 4 is to release. This is where the healing begins. We use gentle, specific, neurologically based chiropractic adjustments to help the nervous system unwind and to shift from fight or flight into rest, regulation, and connection. Pediatric adjustments are different. There's not much cracking or popping. We use just the right amount of pressure and timing to create massive neurological change and impact with very little force. And we're really quick. We don't have a whole lot of time for those little ones to sit on the table, so we learn how to be very fast and efficient. Step number 5 is to track. We don't guess, we track. We recheck scans, recheck reflexes, celebrate wins, and adjust care if needed. A personalized care plan is key because lasting change takes time. Our goal isn't short-term relief, it's long-term transformation. This is what allows us to help so many kids not only feel better, but function and thrive at a level that they've never experienced before. By now, you know more about your child's nervous system than most people will ever be taught. You've learned how stress can get stuck from the very beginning, how those early primitive reflexes can stay active and create ongoing struggles, and you've learned how insight scans give us the missing information to truly understand what's going on underneath it all. But here's what matters most. You have options. You don't have to feel stuck wondering if your child will outgrow their challenges. You don't have to keep watching them struggle with sleep, focus, behavior, or development, feeling like no one's listening or offering any help or answers. At Vive, we see kids differently. We listen, we measure, we explain, we adjust and release the stress holding them back, and we track the progress so that you can see the transformation with your own eyes. Excuse me. As a thank you for watching this webinar, we are offering our pediatric brain-based checkup at a special webinar-only rate. It includes the full insight scans, primitive reflex testing, and a personalized roadmap to help your child get out of stress and into thrive mode. If you're ready to unlock your child's potential to help them sleep better, focus longer, and feel calmer naturally, we would love to meet you. All you need to do is to call our office at 515-386-2976 or send us a quick message saying webinar, and we will reserve your child's appointment. I cannot wait to meet you and your family and walk alongside you as we help your child become the happiest, healthiest versions of themselves. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Your child is so lucky to have you.